Ernie hates cats.
Poor Ernie. He hates cats. And here he is in the hospital with amnesia. This is not just any hospital. It's a cat hospital.
Finding himself in a cat hospital.
With amnesia.
He doesn't realize that he hates cats because he has amnesia. And he's got another fatal flaw. It's his ex-wife.
Oh.
Who's probably responsible for putting him here, but he can't remember.
So Ernie is in the hospital with amnesia and cats, which he doesn't remember that he hates, because his wife put him there when she ran him over with a car, chasing him away from her cat.
So poor Ernie, who's in the cat hospital with amnesia because his wife tried to run him over because he was going after one of her cats. The thing that Ernie doesn't know, and why this is so important to his wife, is that she actually was on Broadway starring in Cats, and cats are her life.
Superstorm Sandy is bearing down on the cat hospital. And all the poor cats are terrified of the rain pounding down on the roof. Ernie's there. He doesn't remember how he got here. He's kind of starting to prickle from his cat allergies. You know, and you can see the car outside. The blood on the grill is being washed off by the thunderstorms. And, you know, will that show go on? Will Cats, that his ex-wife is starring in, will it go on? Mm-hmm. Or will everything be canceled like the rest of the world? Superstorm Sandy.
So it turns out that Ernie is the set designer for Cats. He loves set design, but he hates cats. And so, you know, after a particularly long day at work, he was tired of cats, and that's why he tried to run over his wife's cat. She ran over him, put him into the hospital. Superstorm Sandy comes, and they're all stuck together, and the cats are causing his allergies to flare up.
So here's Ernie. He wakes up after having been hit by his wife, who was driving a car because he tried to run over his wife's cat with his car. So confusing. But alas, poor Ernie is now in a hospital with cats and his wife and like 4 or 5 horrendous caregivers, and he's allergic to cats, and there are millions of cats, and he is sneezing. And what he doesn't know, and what he is about to find out, is that this, even though Ernie usually designs sets, this is actually a set, and it's a reality show. Poor Ernie.
The cat is played by Morris the Cat. Because he's the only cat I can remember. You know, dogs, I can remember, we have Lassie and Lassie, but Morris the Cat has been kept alive on life support because he's probably, you know, he's on his 9th life. Here he is in the cat hospital, which is really like the geriatric cat hospital. Ernie is here too, just because it was the closest hospital that they could get to in the middle of the giant storm when his ex-wife tried to run him over. Meanwhile, the film cameras are just having a ball with this because it's really a reality show. And she's not really in Cats. That was just sort of, you know, they're trying to mess with Ernie.
Poor Ernie.
And they have an excuse to get Morris the Cat, you know, who has a good agent. The Morris Agency, isn't
Morris. The Morris Agency? Aww.
So this geriatric cat hospital is in Mozambique.
Of course.
Because at the same time that the crew that's secretly filming Ernie trapped in this unknown reality show is also doing Survivor on the outside. Little do either production companies know, but in the final episode, they're going to bring them both shows together, and the survivors are going to have to deal with Ernie and the cats.
One of the cameramen who's trying to put Survivor together with poor Ernie, who hates cats, and this dual reality show fold over, mess over, smash up kind of thing. His problem is, what is his problem? His problem is that he, and this is really creepy, but he has just started a company that sells food to people made out of cats. And so what his goal is to get the survivor people to eat his food and to get poor Ernie to be the one to see if he can get Morris the cat done with his 9th life. And so it goes that we have a problem because cats are not food.
It's also going to be like a hunting thing, like
I thought it was
like
Dancing
Hunger
with the
Game.
Cats.
Hunger Game.
Oh, the Hunger Games.
They're planning on releasing both sides actually, because this is Mozambique. That's got big cats. We just think this is a hospital for geriatric cats, but it's really going to have some lions and tigers that are, maybe Morris's lives are being transfused into or something. But it's really going to be like the guys who are in Survivor are going to have to be the survived as they are hunted. While they're also trying to be fed this special cat food by the cameraman.
It's a secret motivation.
There's a lot of secrecy.
He's an entrepreneur.
This is like a real plot twist movie because, it's not really about Ernie and his ex-wife and the cats at all.
Ernie hates cats. He's run over by his wife and is in the cat hospital where he has amnesia. It turns out that the cat hospital is a set in Mozambique where they're also filming Survivor and trying to feed people cat food. But in the end, he finds love because he forgot that he was straight. And so he falls in love with Jeff Probst. And they get a pet tiger and live happily ever after.
The end.